Hi, Leo. This is Violet Butterfly Spirituality here with your general tarot reading. This is going to be a general reading for all under the sign of Leo. If it doesn't apply or it feels like you're not getting the information you need, just check out your rising and your moon signs. And then as well, if you don't find the information you need there either, you can contact me at violetbutterflyspirituality@gmail.com and we can go ahead and set you up for a really good personal reading, personal in detail. Okay, Leo? So let's get started. So in your recent past, Leo, you had some happiness. There was a family gathering, family togetherness. I'm hearing the Stevie Wonder song "Ribbon in the Sky." If you know that song, if you don't know, you want to look it up. This is your recent past. You may have children with someone. There may have been a family reunion. You see the children playing. They're looking at the love in the sky. He has his arm around her. This is your recent past. You had some really good times with family reunion, and it was just good emotions and good love all around. Good family love. Family doesn't have to be relatives. It can be friends, people in your community who feel like family as well. This is your present, Leo. So right now, it looks like you may be worried about some financial difficulties. You may be worried about financial instability as well. You may be needing help. You may be feeling a lack. This is a card of sometimes there are health issues. There may be instability with health. Also, you may feel like you're cut off or closed off from someone, or someone cut you off or closed you off. There's a feeling of isolation, of loneliness, of needing help and not getting the help that you need. These people are kind of dredging through the snow by themselves. And, they actually, if this is a sanctuary, this is a church. They can go inside the church, but they feel so hopeless and so destitute that they don't even notice the church there. So if this is you right now, realize that there is help out there. There is a chance for a rebirth and a renewal and to get yourself stable again. You just kind of have to get out of this feeling of hopelessness. And with finances, it's easier said than done. If you're having money issues, you're having money issues. You're not going to feel like jumping around and being in a good mood and being optimistic. But there is a chance for renewal. There is a chance for stability. But right now, this is your general feeling: isolation, sadness, and just general. You fear financial lack. You fear financial instability. In your immediate future, Leo, we have the Four Cups. Now, this is the card of being emotionally disappointed. It can be a card of waiting for someone and feeling, or something, and feeling let down after, you had all this anticipation and then you didn't get what you wanted and now you feel let down. This guy is looking at these three cups. He don't want what's being offered to him. There's a blessing that's going to be offered to you, Leo. You just are going to have to look up and see it, but you can't see it because you're too busy looking at what you can't have or what you can't access or what you don't have. You want these over here, but this right here is something greater because this is a blessing from God. So in your immediate future, you may feel like, disappointed with the offer that you got. You may feel let down after a big buildup, but there's still a blessing here. There's still an offering here. Fours are stable energy. They're like, energy that stays stuck and doesn't move. So you may feel like, no, I don't want to move. I don't want to look up and look at this blessing. I only want this. No, 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 I only want this. Trust me, Leo. Just look up and look at the blessing that's being offered to you, and you'll realize that it's a good thing. This is your immediate future. The major influence is, it looks like there may be some dealings with children. They may be Cancer, Scorpios, or Pisces, but if not, they may be children who are sensitive, emotional, artistic. They may wear their heart on their sleeve. The major influence is, this is Page of Cups is usually a message about love, a message about emotions, and you may feel disappointed because you're waiting on this message. These cards right here is what you're waiting on. You're waiting on this message and it's not coming to you. And this is almost like when you are getting text messages from someone, from people, but it's not from the person that you want to hear from. This is what this is like. It's like you're getting messages, you're getting emotions, but it's not the one that you want. You want these over here. You're being offered this, but you don't want this text message. You don't want this emotion. You don't want this love. You want this love over here. So the general, influence right now is just you kind of, or you may want to send someone a message about love and about emotions. But there may be a feeling of not being able to, or being emotionally held back as well. This is also you getting more in touch with your intuition. You may have dream messages. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to any gut hunches that you feel. And if you do that, that'll actually lead you to being able to realize this blessing up here. Just listen to your intuition and listen to your gut, and you'll be able to notice the blessing that's being offered to you a lot better. The obstacle, Leo, is King of Swords. Now, this is usually an air sign: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Kings don't have to be men, they can be women. This is someone who is very rational, very intellectual. They don't show their emotions. Someone who abides by the law. Someone who is, a lot of times, King of Swords are police officers, security guards. They can be lawyers, doctors, anything that requires a rational and intellectual mind. And with this being an obstacle position, you may have some issues with a person like this. This person may be blocking your way. This may be someone who works in law enforcement. This may be someone who is the lawyer. And you may feel like this person, I'll just say it. The King of Swords, when upright, they're just irrational, and they have a lot of friends, but they're not very emotional. They don't show their emotions a whole lot. In the obstacle position, the King of Swords can be an asshole, for lack of a better word. They kind of come in with their sword and they cut you down, or they cut down your situation. So this is an obstacle in your situation. Also, you may have wanted to, the King of Swords is a card of long-term planning. So you may be trying to do some long-term planning, but because you feel like you're not getting the offer that you want, you may feel like you can't do the planning that you want. Fear of financial lack also may be keeping you from doing the long-term planning that you want to do as well. Now, this is your helpful influence, Leo. This is the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is usually seen as a card of heartbreak, sadness. Being that this is in the helpful position, it looks like it will be helpful for you to separate yourself from someone, and you may have to break someone's heart to do it. You may have to tell someone, look, it's not working out. I don't really want to be with you like that. I have to break your heart. Or it may be a situation where you separating yourself may break your heart. You may feel like, if I separate myself from the situation, it's heartbreaking. I can't handle it. There'll be drama. There'll be tears. You see the rain in the back. You'll feel literally like you've been stabbed through the heart. But even though it feels like a heartbreaking situation, it could also be a third party situation that you need to extricate yourself from. And this is going to be helpful for you. Even if you feel like it will bring sadness and drama and tears, this is something that is necessary. This is necessary. Just Leos are strong. You're strong. You're optimistic. You have courage. You have the strength to get through this situation. So if it's something that will bring you tears, or that will bring another person tears, you got to bite the bullet and do it. You got to bring a painful ending. Life is about pain sometimes. Life is not always about happiness. A lot of times you got to go through the fire to, get what you really need. So this is what's going to be helpful for you, Leo, is to bring a separation about, to separate yourself from someone, or to tell someone that they need to be separate from you, to end a third party situation. Okay. And this is your outcome, Leo. It looks like you're going to be enjoying some support, some community support, some financial support. This is the card of money from generations, money from wealth from family. You may be getting, dealing with inheritances, dealing with money from older generations, older family. I always say it doesn't matter if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s. If you're mom or dad, if you go to them and ask for money, a lot of times they will still help you. It doesn't matter how old you are, because they still see you as, they still see you as their baby. It's just how parents are. You can be 40 years old, gray hair, body falling apart, and your mom's still like, that's my baby. I'm going to help them out financially, however. So, this is going to be your outcome, Leo. You're going to enjoy community support, financial support from the family, from whatever you consider your tribe, your community. You notice there's, people, there's an older person right here. This is a couple. They're in a house or at the entrance to a house. So it looks like maybe a family gathering. There's some pets there, some dogs. So this is going to be your outcome. And actually, it looks like this blessing that you're not looking at, that you're not willing to look at, it looks like it has to do with the family. Your family or your community, you might be being offered some help to end a cycle. Tens are about endings. There may be a cycle with finances that needs to end, and they may be offering you this help, but you're like, no, I don't want this. I don't want what you're giving me. I want this down here. My emotions are tied to this. So I don't care how much money you offer me. I still want this. It's kind of like if parents are trying to get their child to, break up with somebody they don't like. And they're like, well, you can move back in with us. It's fine. Just leave the person. Just, break up with them because they're not good for you. And you're like, nope, I don't care. I don't care what you say. I don't care if, we live in a big mansion and, I can live rent free. I don't care. I don't want it. But you need to realize, Leo, this is something that's great for you, and it's enduring support. It's stable support. Okay. So we are going to clarify, Leo, lovely Leo. All right. So, in your recent past, with this family situation, it looks like there was some justice. So you may have been dealing with legal matters. You may have dealt with custody situations, child support situations. You may have been trying to use the law to bring a family together. There may have been some legal issues with family that got happily resolved. There may have been a balance brought as well to a family situation. And right now, Leo, with this financial fear of financial instability, it looks like, you're not, like I said before, Leos are optimistic. Leos could be, have 10 swords in their back and missing one leg and all types of stuff. And they're still like, no, I'm still going to make it. So, the financial instability or this fear of financial instability, it looks like you're trying to work through it. You may be filling out paperwork. You notice in this card, he's putting the same print on the pinnacles. And it's kind of like when you sign your name to paperwork, when you do something, you have to sign your name 15 times to, a stack of papers. It's kind of like that. So it looks like you're trying to work on something. You're trying to master something. You have the strength to do the work and earn money. And you're trying to display this as well. The fact that you're mastering something. So this financial instability that you may feel, or you may feel isolated, you're working on something right now to try and fix it. And eights are fast moving energy. So it's something that may work for you, and it may come in really fast too. In your immediate future, this offering that you're not willing to look at, Leo, this is going to bring a major change. Or the death card is a card of change that's coming anyway. It's coming anyway, so you're just going to have to deal with it. So even though you're not wanting to take this cup, there's change coming in anyway. And there's nothing that you can do about it, really. You're just going to have to kind of go with the flow. So whether you want to take this cup or not, it's going to be shoved into your hand. So this is your immediate future, Leo. Just know that there is change coming, that is coming. And, if it's not a change that you're agreeable with, you unfortunately won't really be able to stop it, because it's something that the universe is trying to bring an end to something. The universe is trying to end something that should have ended forever ago. So this is what's coming up in your immediate future, Leo. You don't want change, but trust me, it's coming anyway, whether you want it or not. The major influence with this change is there's going to be text messages, emails, electronic correspondence. It may be about children. You may have a child that's a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and that's where this change is coming in that you don't like. Maybe there's something going on with something going on with this person's life, with this child's life, and you don't like the change that's coming. But the general influence is, and you see they're both pages, so maybe there's two children that you're worried about as well. Two children that are the major influence over your situation, or this could also be two people who are just, not, just not seeing eye to eye. One person is more emotional, one person is more analytical and kind of ready to do verbal battle all the time, while this person is more sensitive. Like, no, I don't really want to fight. But this is your major influence right now, Leo, is the change that's coming in. There's definitely going to be some electronic correspondence, text messages, emails, some over social media that will let you know what this change is and what all the details are. You're going to kind of be on guard and ready to kind of do verbal battle if you need to, but it most likely won't be necessary. It won't be necessary because the change is going to come anyway, Leo, I'm telling you. The obstacle with this King of Swords, the Empress. The Empress in a positive position is you may be having trouble with authority figures right now, Leo. These are both authority figures. The Empress usually is someone who is nurturing, loving, someone who is a gentle authority figure who's on your side. This is someone who sometimes they're your grandmother, your mother, sister, older person. A lot of times this is a creative period, a growth period. In obstacle position on the Empress is someone who is, you may feel like they're just not on your side. A mother figure or a female figure who you feel like should be on your side and you're not. A lot of times this is a unwanted pregnancy, Leo. So if a lot of you have been out there just being reckless while you're sleeping around, you might get news of an unwanted pregnancy. Someone might be pregnant and you're like, oh no. Be the King of Swords being the doctor, you might get confirmation from this doctor that yes, this person is pregnant. So you're going to have to do something about that. That's for some of you Leos. But in general, the obstacle, you may also be dealing with a woman who is obsessed over you, a woman who may have low self-esteem, low confidence, and she's really clingy around you. So this is going to be your obstacle, Leo. The helpful influence with this separation, it looks like because there's been fighting, there's been petty arguments, you don't want to do it anymore. It would be helpful for you to separate yourself from the situation because you're tired of the fights, you're tired of the arguing, you're tired of trying to compromise with people who you feel like just aren't going to compromise with you or aren't going to see things your way. So what's going to help you out is the separation and, you just separating yourself from the fighting, just removing yourself from the situation, just saying, I'm not going to put up with it anymore. I'm cutting it off right here. Okay. And then your outcome, Leo, this is definitely support from the family. This is this is the card of being nostalgic from the past. Memories of the past, exes, friends from the past, childhood friends. So with this being the card of family and with this being a card of reunions, nostalgia from the past, a lot of you may be returning to your childhood homes. A lot of you may be, the stability that's being offered, the community support, and may come from siblings as well, childhood friends, people who you've known for years and have fond memories of. So this is going to be your outcome, Leo. So it's a change that you don't want, but it's the change that you need. It's the change that you need, Leo. Okay? So I hope you all enjoyed this reading. Again, if you would like a private reading, you can contact me at violetbutterflyspirituality@gmail.com. See you later, Leos. Bye.